Hey guys, it is April from Getting Hooked with It. Today I'm going to do the Middling Booktuber Tag. This was created by Stripped Cover Lit, and he created this for those booktubers who are kind of in between being a small booktuber and being, well, like a large booktuber. So I think that he said this was for people who will have around 2,000 to 10,000 subscribers. I could be wrong. I'm going to link the original tag in the description box. But I definitely am in that category. I have 3,000 subscribers-ish. I was tagged by Harriet Rosie, and let's start it. Number 1, what advice do you have for booktubers under 100 subscribers? I actually did a whole video on like how to booktube. This was not a you need to do this and that. Like I didn't create that video in a way to be patronizing in any way. It wasn't that long ago when I remember reaching 100 and getting so excited, and I ran over to Barry and he was like, "That's amazing, you have 100 subscribers." Like, I remember how excited I was to get there. The things that I would suggest for people in that time is you're still creating your brand. Now, let's be serious. We are just people who talk about books on BookTube. So it's not like a crazy brand, but I would recommend deciding on some kind of structural things. I decide on your banner art. I decide on that little image of you. Make sure you have books in the background so people know that you are a booktuber as well. I would decide on where you want to shoot your video and what you want that to look like. Do you want to do cutaways like I do cutaways? And I remember deciding that before I even started my channel. I remember deciding on that. So I think it's good to get some visual things set out. And also I'd advise that you don't compare yourself to others way too much. It gets boring when the booktubers are always reading the same things as others. It's really nice to do your own thing. Yeah, just do you, I would say. That's my biggest advice. Do you. Just make sure it looks good. Number 2, what advice do you have for booktubers under 1,000 subscription? That was also like a huge milestone for me. I remember when I reached 1,000, I was like, well, I'm good now. That was wonderful. I'm good. That was perfect. That's all I ever set out to do, is reach 1,000. That was my number. So at that time, when you're on the brink of that, you really already have your brand, your look kind of figured out. You know what books you want to read. You know who your booktuber buddies are. I probably try to do some buddy reads at that time to really get to know other booktubers. I really love buddy reading. I especially love doing buddy reads with just one person because you really get to know them, and you're not only talking about the book, you can sometimes get to know their personal lives and what's going on with them, and I just really enjoy that. So making friends at the time is really, really nice to do. I'd probably at that time recommend, shouting out other booktubers a little bit. I wish I had done more of that, and I'm planning on shouting out more booktubers in the next few months. So that's a really nice thing to kind of give back to the community a little. So I would advise those 2 things. Number 3, what question would you ask a big booktuber? Well, I think Harriet answered this question, and I completely agreed with her, which is, how do you answer everyone's comments on your videos? How would you answer all of them if you had like 13,000 subscribers or 30,000 subscribers? You can't possibly answer everyone's. And that's something that I really like to do. I try to do that as best as I can. I read every single one of them, and I usually answer something. And I just don't know how you'd get to all of them and also have a full-time job. So that would be one of my big questions. I would probably also ask, you know, how do you deal with publishers sending ARCs to you, unsolicited ARCs? Do you feel like you absolutely must read them, or are you okay with putting them aside and getting to them at some point, or can you even just donate them? I've gotten 2 ARCs that I didn't ask for, but I actually do want to read both of them. But I wonder if one of these days I'll get an ARC and be like, ooh, I don't want to actually read this one. What do you do in that situation? Yeah. Number 4, who is one booktuber that deserves more subscriptions? And I've got 2 because I can never pick. Number 1 is Carrie Ann at Woman vs. Books. I freaking love Carrie Ann's channel so much, especially her wrap-ups. You've got to go and watch her wrap-ups because she is so detailed in how she reviews a book without giving too much away. She's not going to spoil the plot for you, but she has so much to say, and yet she says it succinctly, and I just don't know how she does it. I think she's brilliant. I don't know why she doesn't have more subscribers. I would really love to see her have a lot more subscribers. I think she's going to be huge. I also really love Lindsey's little library. Lindsey reads a lot of historical fiction. She can read a little bit of, well, I don't know if it's like women's literature. She'll read some women's literature. And I think she does read some thrillers every once in a while. You know, she and I might not always read the same kinds of books, but she tends to enjoy emotive reads, and that is definitely something that ticks all of my boxes. She's read a lot of Jodi Picoult, and I still haven't read any. I've got The Storyteller like right behind me, and that will be my first. But you know, when I go to Value Village, there are all of these Jodi Picoults, and every time I go, I think of Lindsey, and I always wonder maybe I should go for it, and then I backtrack. Anyway, she's absolutely wonderful, and I always watch her. Every single time she has a new video, I have to watch Lindsey. Number 5, what is the end game for your channel? What would you measure as success for you basically on your channel? I don't know if a full-time job out of BookTube is even a possibility. I really don't think that would ever be a possibility. I would love to have this as a part-time job. Like, I would never consider quitting my full-time job. I love it way too much. But if I could have BookTube on the side, I mean, that would be freaking amazing. At 3,000 subscribers, it's not anywhere near that. I would have to have a lot more subscribers and views to get to that level. But it is something that I would really like. I'm really enjoying living in the book world, and I love, you know, working with publishers. I'll ask for ARCs and they send them. I love looking for the latest releases, and I just love books so much that I would be so happy to work in the book field if possible. So like part-time. Number 6, what is something you wish you did better on your channel? I wish I didn't overload myself. I can definitely do that, and when I get overwhelmed by how much I need to do, I will quit it. Luckily, I'm someone who can quit something. So for example, the Dying to Read book club. I wasn't enjoying any of my book picks, and I felt this obligation to do it. And then I was just done with it. And I felt really badly about that. I even feel that way a little bit with my Sweet Seasonal Read series. I've done all the 4 seasons now, and that might transition to something else. I like sharing, you know, the new in historical fiction, the new in thrillers. But I feel like it's a little bit much to have a whole week. And I can overload myself with that because preparing for that is really, it's intense. So I wish that I didn't commit to so much and then have to reel it back. I wish I kind of knew myself well enough to know, okay, go, half in. Don't go all the way in, April. You don't need to do that. So that's something I wish I could change. Number 7, what part of your channel makes you proud? I would say I'm really proud that I've been consistently uploading for a whole year, over a year now. I'm really proud that people have connected with me and want to watch my channel, my little corner of the internet. I really didn't expect very many subscribers, if I'm being honest, and that makes me proud that people want to watch me. So yeah. Number 8, if you started a second channel, what would it be? Oh, see, I'm kind of all over the place. I probably would do something like home decor-ish, like Hygge-esque, about home decor, because I just love home so much. So I could see myself doing like, well, I did one Christmas home tour and doing different tours and organizing and that kind of thing. But then I sometimes feel like that's not personal enough in a lot of ways. One thing that I love about BookTube is that it's personal. I've also thought about doing like an infertility journey, but I'm already like so tied to that personally that what if I can't have kids in the end and then there's no success story ever? That would be hard to feel like it not only means everything to me, but there's a whole audience out there watching me expecting a good news story at the end of it all. So I don't think I could do that. I don't know. I'd say right now it would have to be like a home decor kind of thing. Okay, so I think those were all of the questions. And now is my turn to tag people. I want to tag Rachel at the Shades of Orange. I want to tag Katie at Life Between Words and Krista at Books and Jams. Okay, off I go. I am going to edit a bunch of videos. I'm going to go and read a little bit, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.